So my background and my wife and I are entrepreneurs. We had a travel business for a number of years where we connected travelers to various cities around the world, like Rome, Paris, these kinds of places, with local experts. It was like a matchmaking business. It was super fun. It was in the travel industry. We got to travel quite a bit. We lived in Italy and Paris. And that was super successful. We sold that business and we bought a boat and went sailing with our three daughters. And we had done some sailing before, actually, while we ran that business. We took our daughters, they were young at that point. The youngest was 5 years old and the oldest was 10. And we took them on a 2-year trip. We started in the Caribbean and we sailed to Australia. And that was our first taste of homeschooling or world schooling or boat schooling. I mean, the way we did it was whatever we can do schooling. We didn't really know what we were doing. We kind of felt our way. And we spent a year without much of a plan. This wonderful little school that we took our kids out of. We weren't dissatisfied with school. We just wanted an adventure. And the wonderful little school told us, you know what, you don't have to worry about doing anything for them while you're traveling. The travel itself will be educational. And there was some truth to that. A lot of our school plan with our children has been place-based and based around, where we are. But we didn't find after a year we needed some structure. So we gravitated towards a couple of different curriculums. I guess we were what you would call a eclectic homeschooler. So we did that when they were young. We went back to real life and back to school. And a couple of years later, when the kids were a little older, we picked up a boat in Australia, really just picking right up where we left off and started sailing. We've been out 4 years. So 6 of the last 9 years, we've been boat schooling our kids. I mean, it's been an incredible adventure, and we've sailed on from there to Cape Town. We're almost, we're more than 3/4 of the way through our circumnavigation. I mean, it has been the experience, the journey of a lifetime. In terms of the sailing, it's interesting. We've covered a lot of miles, and we certainly have sailed across several oceans at this point, all of them. Well, not the South Atlantic, I guess that's the next one. But, the sailing part of it is only like, 5% of the time, 10%. Most of our time is spent at anchor in some, far-flung location. So, day-to-day life looks kind of similar to everybody else's life, except there are all these, it's sort of like bizarro world. We live on a boat, so we live on solar and batteries. And if we want to go to the store, we have to get into a dinghy or a tender, I think you call it in the UK, and go into shore. It's, one of the things that we love about this mode of travel is it's so very different than traditional travel, right? Traditional travel, you show up via the airport, you come in, you go to a hotel or an Airbnb, you're sort of in that tourist corridor, and it can be hard to sort of escape that. And you're there for, 2 weeks on a holiday. For us, we come in the back door, right? We sail into the harbor and, put an anchor down, and then we go ashore. And we stay, as long as we want. We've stayed at anchor. I mean, we got stuck during the pandemic in a very remote part of Sumatra. And we spent 6 months in an anchorage. We weren't allowed by the authorities to sail away. It was great. Every day we had coconuts and volleyball on the beach and surfing, which was great in Sumatra. In terms of the sailing part of it, I mean, that's our life, right? I have 3 daughters, and all 3 girls know how to fix a diesel engine. They know how to reef a sail. When we cross oceans, we sail 24 hours around the clock. There's no anchoring in, 7,000 meters deep seas. So someone's on watch at all times. Now that the girls are older, and my oldest have actually flown the coop. So my oldest daughter's off to university, and my middle daughter just graduated from our boat school a couple of months ago, I guess, at this point, and she's off doing a summer job before she heads to university. So it's been a tempering experience for all of us. It's brought us closer together as a family. It's taught my girls some really valuable life skills. And we've had just the most amazing experiences, both of the natural world and also of really far-flung cultures.